Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
And we're here without Wendy. She is still in California with her friend. And like I mentioned the other night with cousin Gina, I'm going to let Wendy talk to you about what she was there doing and what the product is and all that stuff. So tonight we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 15. Now, I don't have the episode number because I watched it on Peacock and they jack me up with those episode numbers because of the Watch What Happens Lives.
They mess it all up.
They mess it all up. So, but the title's Under the Tuscan Sun.
Yes.
So Sutton, the first thing I have is Sutton and Amanda were talking in their room, and Sutton basically tells Amanda that they were chat GPTing her on the car ride home yesterday.
Right. Yes. And I was thinking to myself, why is Sutton crying? Like, she was actually crying. But then
she confesses that she didn't like it. She did say something, but she didn't say enough.
Right. But there's no reason to cry. But I think I figured it out later on. So.
Okay. Amanda says they're trying to build a scam artist case and she has happy customers. I mean, listen, at this point, I do kind of agree that they're coming after Amanda a little bit too much.
Most definitely.
I mean, you made your point. You don't understand what she does.
But it's not that hard to figure out what she does. Like Tony Robbins does what she does. Like it's not some huge mystery of what she does. Maybe you don't dig it.
Right.
And I think, because I've thought about this, I think especially Boz, I think that her deal is that especially as a Black woman, she has had to work really hard.
Yes.
Really hard for every position that she's ever had. And I'm sure she's had to endure a lot during it and to get to it. So maybe, I'm not saying she's jealous of Amanda, but maybe a little bit of her deal is she's coming from the perspective of, you have no business experience. You just sat there and wrote up some stuff and slapped it on the internet and tell people to be happy. And you know what I mean? And Boz is like, meanwhile, she's had to like swim through sharks and deal with other men in high positions of power. Similar to
Not
hers.
only is she a female in a male-dominated industry, she's a Black female.
She's a Black woman. Absolutely.
Yep.
So
no, I think you're right.
It's got to irk her to some extent.
And at some point she says, like, I give Boz is going to, if you tell her what you want to do, she's going to give you steps to try to achieve that. You tell Amanda what you want to do, and Amanda's going to just tell you to believe that you're worthy of that, believe that you deserve that. But, obviously Boz telling you what steps to take to achieve something is probably going to be more beneficial. But there is a large group of people out there that believe in manifestation. So
I don't think
shit on it.
Right.
I don't think it's shit on it just because it's not your gig.
Right. And I don't think it's a bunch of hocus pocus either, because there is something to it.
Sure.
I don't know whether it's being produced in such a manner that she's not coming across describing her business correctly. I don't know if she's coming across with too much business and not enough personal. I mean, but she did
I think that's
tell
what
about
it is.
She did tell about her kid. She did tell about, there was something else that she did talk about the cult. She talked about her kid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like she's not telling personal things, but I think it's maybe like the balance is too much business.
Yeah, and I think like even Sutton
edge.
said it again this episode. Like, I'm trying to connect with her. Like, I'm trying to, but all she wants to talk about is her business. Listen, she's pushing her business, but the problem is that now it's backfiring on her because
I think that's it.
Not only do they not believe in it, they're calling bullshit on it, which is not putting a very positive light on it, so
And you know what I'd like to see sometime in one of these shows? Like, so we just gave you the setup. Amanda and Sutton, they're having the conversation. Sutton tells Amanda, blah, blah, blah. Now, like I said, why was Sutton crying? There was no reason for her to be crying talking to Amanda about what she was talking about. It would have been nice if Amanda would have said, "Hey, I'm really glad that you stuck up for me yesterday. What's going on with you? Like,
exactly.
what is triggering you so bad about this situation that it's bringing you to the point of tears?" Like, but she doesn't I don't see her interacting in that
There's no
way with
reciprocation.
anybody,
Right.
and I
And you
think that's
do
part of
see
the
it with
problem.
Rachel, like, you do see Rachel doing that.
No, I'm
She's
talking about I
obviously
don't see Amanda doing that with anybody.
right, that's what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
it's also Rachel's first season on the show, and she is doing that. She's especially doing it with Dorit, she's doing it with Bose, she's doing it with Kyle, like but I do think that there and I'm not defending Amanda because 'cause I'm not a huge fan, but I do think that there's something to her being very defensive at this point with everybody. Even though Sutton is trying to reach out to her, Sutton has come for her a little bit
Mhm,
prior to this trip. So I
mhm.
think her guard is still up, and I kind of don't blame her. Like, it's kind of enough now. It's
Yes, it
enough now.
is. It's definitely enough. And we see, Kyle, Erica, and Kathy at breakfast discussing Natalie and Dorit and how Dorit's always late and always on her phone, and then, production cuts over, and we see Dorit on her phone,
Yeah.
and, that was cracking up because Kathy Hilton says they're talking about Dorit always being late. Kathy Hilton blurts in and says, "And men don't like it." She said, "Conrad Hilton left Zsa Zsa Gabor because she just took too long." It's just so funny.
That is very funny. I believe it. Kathy asks Kyle if she's sure Natalie is a liar because it's a very strong word. Kyle is like adamant. Not only adamant, but she says to Kathy, like, I'm your sister. Like, who are you going to believe? I feel like Kyle is acting very differently this season than we've seen her act in the past. Like, that kind of talk normally comes from Kathy to Kyle, not from Kyle to Kathy.
Yeah. I mean, Natalie did lie because she didn't but the whole thing with Natalie is she didn't roll Bose under the bus, but she should have, because she should have just said, okay, Bose said, "Oh, I didn't remember." Natalie should have said, "Well, this is what the conversation was. This is how it went down. Maybe that'll strike your memory." Because she should have taken it off of herself and put it back on to Bose because
100. Yeah, absolutely.
but then
Absolutely.
but you
She's
can't but
not.
you can't be mad about people are coming for you either because you are the one who opened up the conversation. You were the one who asked the question because you wanted a response. So, if you threw the ball out, so you better hot potato it, you better do something.
She's not housewifing the way you're supposed to housewife.
No, no,
She's not understanding the assignment. I don't think we'll see her again.
no. And I loved how, uh, Kathy Hilton is talking about, Conrad Hilton and Zsa Zsa Gabor, and Erica just says, "Well, she was a lot, Jesus Christ." Like, beyond. It's just so great. Just love some
Like
of
as
her
if they were
comments.
besties.
Yeah, I just love some of her comments, and I loved how, Kyle was like, "If you're fucking lying, then you're fucking lying."
Yeah.
You know?
When Erica started talking about how Dorit is constantly late and Kyle's like, the fact that Dorit being late is so strange. Like, I don't know what Kyle's talking about, but Dorit being late
Is
has been
nothing
an
new.
issue since Dorit joined the show. Literally, literally. This has been a problem since she joined the show. So Kyle trying to make it out that this is strange behavior of Dorit. I mean, and Dorit spending money, like this is not strange behavior.
No, it's the same. Everything is the same, and I
I
really
just
love
feel like Kyle's on a mission. I
yeah,
really, really feel like Kyle's on a mission.
and I really like Rachel's flow. Rachel's like, "Okay, so that's her gig." either I'm gonna wait for her or I'm not gonna wait for her, and if she pisses me off, I'll tell her. But, like, it's not my problem. That's Dorit's problem.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And that's
You
really
can I
how it
mean,
should
you're
be.
on a show together, so you really can't pick and choose who you travel with, but you can do what, the flying situation here, like the 3 separate,
Right.
you know, I don't know if it was here the last trip, but you don't have to travel with her. You can make
No.
your own travel arrangements if it
Yeah,
bothers you all
if
that
it bothers
much,
you, right.
How about Tilly in the pool naked?
I love it.
She's adorable.
And I was thinking to myself at first, I was thinking, "Oh my god, did she, like, get to Italy and, like, hire some photographer?" But then I figured out it was the assistant
It was the
from the
guy?
villa from the
Yeah.
villa with his iPhone. I was like, "Oh, she's great." And then all the girls are headed out to go, grape stomping, the girls that are gonna go, and I don't know why some people were, like, terrified of biking. They were like, "Oh, the bikes are terrifying."
I think it was really, really hot,
Yeah, maybe
and
that
they
was it.
were all dressed up.
Right. So, it ended up to
Yeah.
be Bose, Amanda, and Natalie on the bikes, and
Mhm.
then Rachel, Sutton, and Jennifer, in the car. That's when, Tilly points out where she did her thirst trap photo session. Yeah. And
She's
I was thinking,
awesome.
I guess I was thinking, "Oh, did she hire somebody?" And I'm like, "Oh, is it just some dude who, like, works there?" And then later on when they got to the villa, I got to the grape stomping, I was like, "Oh, that's who it was. It was the
Yeah, this
assistant."
guy's like their personal butler and
Yeah.
doing everything.
Yeah.
I liked when Kyle
Pietro.
and Erica were, waiting on Dorit, and Dorit thinks Kyle's gonna apologize.
I know, it's
She's like,
crazy.
"Maybe this is, gonna be Kyle's opportunity." No.
Yeah. But, here's the thing, like, this is the thing. I'm sure that Dorit is always late, but you see have Erica and Kyle talking about waiting for Dorit, and then production shows Dorit, like, in her robe still. But
Yes.
that could have been a half hour before. Like, it's not,
Absolutely.
and I'm not defending Dorit, I'm just saying, like, you gotta keep that in mind. Like,
For sure,
sometimes I
and because
think
I
about
don't
that when
think
I
that
see
was
scenes.
yeah, I don't think it was the same time because I don't think she was that late this time.
Right. Yeah, because the show shows that moment doesn't mean that
Or she could
the
have been
time
dressed
frame.
underneath that robe.
Yeah,
Her
but
glam was done, her hair was pulled back in a ponytail. All she's gotta do is pull the ponytail out, take the robe off, and she's ready.
so basically, somebody like Dorit should have her outfit ready the night before, or if you have an outfit ready and see, but that's the thing, if you do it the night before, then when you can't find your pasties, you go to the next outfit, like,
Right. Right.
but obviously she does not have that skill set.
She doesn't I think their point is she doesn't care. She doesn't care enough to be on time. She doesn't care enough to put the effort out to plan ahead. Some
Yeah,
people
and
are
she
just like
should.
that.
Yeah, but
Right.
she should, definitely.
I
These are
wasn't
your
like that when
coworkers.
I was younger, I was late to everything. I was like one of the people who live in my house. Like I just didn't there was no sense of urgency. I'm not like that anymore. But some people like I feel like it just came with maturity where I was like, "Oh, I gotta, plan ahead." And I like to be organized and probably when I had kids, quite honestly. But some people, I guess, just don't ever get that way. Maybe especially people who have assistants who kind of do things for them.
For
And,
them, right, right, right. I mean, I wish I was more together, but I just try my best, and
it is what it
that's it,
is.
and it is what it
Right.
is. But, okay, so this is my question. You're going on this trip, you're gonna go stomp grapes. I'm sure you got, like, an itinerary of what you were gonna do. Why are
Yes.
you wearing long dresses? And if you wear a long dress, there's a very easy thing that you do. You pull the dress up and you tuck it kind of into your underwear, and you make your dress a short dress. It's not hard.
Where you
Why was
pull it up in the
everybody
front and you do like a little knot to
Yeah,
shorten
like
it up.
something. Something. Why you
Not
why you
only
wearing long dresses?
Not only why are you wearing long dresses, but why are you wearing designer shoes when you're gonna stomp grapes and put your stained feet
Back in your
back in
shoes.
your designer shoes?
It just makes,
Like, which I don't think they, like, really thought it out because Rachel
I
was like,
guess not.
Wait, what? Like, and come on, you don't wash your feet before you stomp grapes? I mean, I'm gonna,
Oh,
but I don't even like
wasn't grapes to make anything with. It was just, like, fake. You know what I mean? They're gonna throw them
Thank
grapes away.
God. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, no,
"Really?"
no,
I mean, I would
yeah,
rinse
no,
them off with alcohol, do something for crying
yeah.
out
No,
loud.
no, no, it wasn't to use. It was just to
Oh,
put your feet in there, and then they're throwing them grapes away. And it's so funny the approach from it, like, Jennifer is looking at it like she's gonna, she wants to put
stomped by housewives.
yeah, she wants to, put that on her grape stomping on her, like, actress
Or yeah,
thing,
her
like
IMBD.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lucille
yeah.
Ball, you know?
Her CV, yeah.
And then there's Rachel So saying, like, "I don't like squishy things." She did really look uncomfortable, and then she's asking, "Do you think this stains?" "Well, yeah, it's grapes. What are you wearing
It's
a long dress
grapes.
for?"
Right. Well, Sutton says that Bose has a commanding presence and people fall in line for her. At this point now, if Wendy were here, she would hard disagree with me. But at this point now, I really am buying into the fact that Sutton is buddying up with Amanda to be more on Kyle's side, and especially the way she's speaking about Bose.
Oh,
Because
most
I
definitely.
think that the Bose and I think that the fact that Dorit bonded so quickly with Bose's first season really bothered Kyle. And I think that Sutton is now saying certain things about Bose because of her friendship with Dorit. I mean, listen, I've been watching Housewives a very long time. There are reasons that these women move the way they move. And I think that this is why Sutton is moving the way she's moving.
And I think that Kyle is still pissed about the text thing from the reunion.
Obviously, right?
Yeah, I definitely think so, but there were some weird things. Okay, so,
I'm
like
sorry, but why is she not as angry with Erica as she is Dorit? Yes, Dorit held the phone up. Erica read it. Erica is the one who read it out loud. Why are you not as upset with Erica? That was a
right,
joint effort on both of
yes,
their parts.
most definitely. So they're in the vineyard, and Natalie says, "If Amanda's saying she feels confirmed that I heard it." Does that sentence make I rewound it like 3 times. Natalie says, "If Amanda is saying she feels I confirmed that I heard it."
Okay, so Amanda's saying that she confirmed the fact that Natalie said she heard Bose. Amanda confirmed that Natalie heard Bose.
I don't know. But that's
You're not
not
buying.
what's in question, you know? When did Amanda, you know
Because when Amanda and Kyle and Natalie were off on their own, and Amanda did, I mean, she really, like, innocently said to Natalie, "Well, you were standing there. Did you hear Bose say my name? Did you hear Bose say Amanda?" And remember, Natalie didn't say, "I heard it." She said, "Yes, I saw
I
that."
saw it. Yeah.
That's what
I
Natalie
saw
said.
it and it was a joke.
Right.
That's what
So
she
at
said.
this point, this is why I don't understand why Kyle is calling Natalie a liar. Because did Natalie say, so when they went to that dinner, did Natalie say she didn't hear Bose say Amanda's name? Like, why is oh, because she said she was saying it in jest. So basically, Kyle is like, "What was the joke? What was the joke? What was the joke?" And Natalie's not saying it, and that's why she's calling her a liar. I'm not buying it. I think producers showed Kyle exactly what happened, and that's
Yes.
why Kyle's going so hard saying, "What was the joke?" And you're lying. 'Cause you're saying don't remember or whatever, but it listen, if Kyle knows what happened, just say it at this point so we can move on. But don't you feel like it got completely dropped though?
Yeah, it's craziness.
Yep. And now we're on to Bose and Erica ChatGPTing Amanda.
I don't know.
Like one thing
Yeah, but
got
so
dropped.
you're gonna tell me with all this hubbub and all this goings on from the day before, Natalie hasn't said to Bose, "Hey,
Right.
this is what you said."
Right.
And
By the way,
Bose hasn't gone up to Natalie and been like, "What the fuck was she talking about? Like, did I say
right.
something?" That's how normal people act. It's like how
Exactly. If
and the whole
somebody said I
scene
said something and I
right.
didn't remember saying it, It would be like whatever I said apparently hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh my
I
god,
would be
what'd I say?"
steadfast in
Yeah,
trying to figure out
figure it
what I
out.
said. Yep,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yep.
So, I was just like, "That's not making sense," and the whole Bose and Amanda interaction at that winery
Mhm.
made no sense at all to me. It made no sense. I don't know why Bose thinks that Amanda has to explain her business to her.
That's what I'm saying. I totally
But
agree.
but the annoying part is that Amanda, instead of giving something that's more personal, like, instead of her saying, "Well, the reason why I started the business was blank, 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 because it was important to me, and then blank, blank, blank." She just starts spouting out the figures that her assistant
Right,
has drilled into her head about.
right,
And I think also a problem is you can't be like, "You're this perfect business." You can't be like, "No one you've never pissed anybody off." You can't.
right. Or your refunds are because people bought a course that they had already bought. No.
Yeah, and I think that's kinda part of the problem. Like, you can't be like, "Oh, my kids are so awesome." Once in a while, you gotta be like, "Oh, my kid puked in my hair." Like, you gotta.
But maybe that's the point they're trying to make. Listen, I know somebody who does that. That everything's wonderful, you ask them about their kids, they talk about
Right,
everybody else, but when it comes to their family, everybody's perfect, the kids are great, this one's been dating this one so long, and blah, 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 everything's
right.
wonderful, but they talk about everybody else, and maybe that's their point with Amanda, like, everything can't be perfect.
Everything can't be perfect. Yeah.
But really, what is she gonna do? Come on a TV show and say the downside of her company?
Right, right,
No!
right. No, no, no. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean
I know, it makes no sense.
it makes no sense. Like, Bose, tell us about your failures in your career. Like, I mean,
Right.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the whole interaction between Bose and Amanda at the vineyard. I was just like,
No, but how
I was
about
not
when
getting it.
Amanda in her confessional does ChatGPT on Bose and she's like, "Stop,
Yeah, that
stop."
was
So
annoying.
dramatic.
That was
And
annoying.
reading reviews that are basically saying about Bose what Bose is saying about Amanda, which I mean, who knows? Listen, I'm not a ChatGPT well, I am, but
You are.
not like some people. Like I
Right,
use
right.
it, I don't use it frequently at all. But I'm certainly not going to spend my time ChatGPT in any of these Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because I don't care that much. I don't know. I don't. I think this is silly. This whole thing.
It is silly. It is foolishness.
How about when Amanda said she doesn't normally walk in a room where people don't know who she is?
Now
I
you
never
need to
heard of her
stop
before
it.
in my life
You
before
need to
this
stop
season of
it.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And
Right.
even Rachel Zoe, who I most certainly knew who she was before she joined this cast, was like, "I don't ever expect to walk into a room where everybody knows who I am."
No.
Like,
No.
I mean, some self-awareness. Amanda, honestly, I had no clue who you are.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there are people out there who did,
Right.
but most Real Housewives fans didn't probably know who you are prior to you
Right.
joining this cast.
Mhm. So Bo says baseline of Amanda's defense mechanism whenever she gets criticism is that she is insecure. Because if she was actually secure in how she is, how she runs her business, how she lives her life, then she would be able to defend it without getting flustered and angry. I didn't think she was getting flustered and angry. So I was like, what are you talking about? She
She
didn't seem
wasn't.
flustered at all. She
She
was
didn't
just
seem
like,
flustered at all. She didn't seem flustered at all. She stayed
she was
very
just like, why are you questioning my success in my business? And then spouts out her analytics.
right.
But I didn't
Unless
see
there
her
was something we didn't see. We didn't see her get angry or defensive.
or
I mean,
flustered. I was like, what are
right,
you talking
flustered.
about, Bose? What I didn't even understand what she was talking about.
Yeah. Bose tells Amanda to pull the wall down and let them see her. But
And I'm not buying what Bose is saying because she's saying two things at the same time. She's saying she wants to get to know her, but then and in the same breath she's saying she made her own cult and she's a liar.
Right.
She's calling her
Right.
Pinocchio.
Right.
What are you doing? So, I don't know, and I don't know what prompts these people put in when they look people up, because
I don't know.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. So now we get to Erica, Kyle, and Dorit going to a 600-year-old church. And they get there, and Erica just basically says she feels awkward and she wants the two of them to kind of get their shit together, Dorit and Kyle, and be friends.
That was like the most deserted town ever, besides one person and the gelato guy. It was like it was very weird. That whole scene was very like, it just felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was like
Like,
no
why
one
was
it was
nobody
weird.
there?
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
it
was
was
nobody
weird.
there? Sorry. The whole thing, Dorit says Kyle's talking behind her back. She is. Erica says Dorit's been late and it's frustrating.
But really, I kinda get why Dorit got a little pissed because other than Dorit being late, what does Erica really have to say about the situation? Like,
Right.
you did your opener line for Kyle, so you get it going, and maybe, okay, when they're sitting on the wall, she said something about her being late and it's annoying, okay, but after that, why don't you just let Kyle and Dorit go? Like,
Well, I agree with you, but I think that Erica was there to basically have Kyle's back. And I think Dorit figured that out very quickly. Kyle does always bring someone else into it. Well, Rachel said this, but if Bo said this, it's like Kyle's not Kyle's not a strong presence on her own. She needs people around her.
yeah. Yeah,
And
so
Dorit clearly does not.
Right. So Kyle basically thinks that she's just saying what everybody else is thinking and that Dorit is dismissing anything that she says just because it's her that's saying it. And Dorit thinks that Kyle is not being supportive and that she's talking about her behind her back. So
But I
I don't
loved
know.
when Dorit was like, "But I trust Bose and I don't trust you."
And I don't trust you. Yeah.
And she has no reason to because Kyle is literally talking behind her back to everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, ladies, you're on a show together. You know that if you want to have a sit down with just the two of you, the cameras are going to be there in a hot second. If Kyle did that with Dorit, she can't run. I mean, she can run away, but she probably wouldn't run away. It's that Kyle can't defend herself on her own. She just can't.
And do you know, I saw a post. There were two vehicles from production. So she
I
didn't leave them
believe it.
there. There was two vehicles there.
And
That was a
the
whole
other thing I was
stupid
thinking
setup.
was exactly, like, producers knew exactly what was going on. So if Dorit was like, "I want out of here," they would have been like, "Okay, send another car now for Erica and Kyle." Like, even if it wasn't just sitting there, which I'm sure it was, but
Yeah.
if it
Yeah, there was a
weren't, they would have
picture.
they
Like, there was this like, somebody, like, screenshotted the scene, and there were 2 cars. The car that Dorit got into, but the other car that was there was the same car that they pulled up in. So it was the car that was already
yeah,
there.
it's
So
just stupid.
we really didn't have to get Kyle's, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to call an Italian fucking Uber" comment.
Right. Right. Nice try, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle saying that she was showing Dorit grace by not saying anything is the biggest line of bullshit this season because you weren't showing her any grace. You just weren't saying it to her. You were saying it to everybody else. So that was bullshit.
And,
And
they
I
go
kind of
back and show her saying it to bringing that up to
everybody.
everybody, to everybody. Yeah. That, when they go back
And
to
she
the
did
villa.
say erratic behavior. Like,
She did, and she said OCD.
yeah. And spending too much money. Like, what are you doing? These are all things that PK can use against her in a custody hearing, in a divorce proceeding. And you fucking know that. You're separated right now, Einstein. Like, why would
And
this woman trust you?
right, and you're calling the person she's closest to and telling her that shit, Rose is gonna tell. Like, it's just
Exactly.
it made no sense.
It's almost like she said it to Bose to see if she would go back and tell Dorit, because if she didn't, then Kyle could be like, well, I talked to Bose about it. She didn't tell you.
Right.
I really think Kyle has a problem with how quickly Bose and Dorit bonded, which, listen, we all saw it in real time. It was at Sutton's party, and Dorit had, like, basically word vomit and unloaded on the first night and told her all about her divorce.
Everything.
I mean, we saw it.
Right.
And Bose was like, damn, you got a lot going on. I think I want to be your friend. Where I would have been like, where is the bar? Because I got to get away from this woman. I got enough shit of my own. I don't need her shit too.
Yeah. And then when they were back in there at the villa, they all start talking about, Kyle says, wants to discuss the conversation with her and Bose that happened in the Hamptons. And then we see Bose in her confessional saying she doesn't appreciate being dragged into the conversation. And Bose says she expressed what she expressed in response to Kyle's concerns, which when you watch it back, that's exactly what she did. Every single person that Kyle brought this to simply kind of
appeased her,
went along with the conversation. It wasn't like somebody was like, oh, I'm so glad you brought that up because I've been feeling that. It was none of that.
Right. No, I mean, Bose saying she doesn't appreciate being dragged into the conversation, but she was the one who told Dorit what Kyle said. So she kind of, you have some responsibility here. Rachel's like, I didn't know this is new behavior for Dorit. It's not, Rachel. It's not.
Right. It's not.
This is 100% behavior of Dorit, her being late.
Right.
I'm not going to use the word erratic because I don't think she's being erratic. I think she's doing the best she can with what she's being handed. Listen, Kyle stayed with a man who cheated on her. I think we can pretty much all agree that that is what happened in her marriage. And then they decided to separate when her kids are all older, Dorit is dealing with someone who, he doesn't seem like the nicest person to deal with, PK. I think that PK is probably a bit manipulative and twisting words and doing stuff like that. And she has little kids. So she's doing the best she can. She's trying to protect her kids, but also let him see them because if not, he's going to twist it and make it look like she's like,
Plus, I think there's a part of Kyle who is a little not jealous of Dorit, but I think she kind of wishes that she would have been able to to cut the Mauricio cord, to not have it drag on as long as it did, to not put up with the thing. You know what I mean? I think she kind of envies that complete separation that Dorit is able to do. And Kyle's never been able to do the whole Mauricio's a fucking asshole thing because that's not how she's chosen to operate through the whole thing. And I think she's a little resentful that she can't have that the way Dorit's having that.
One, think that Kyle is not enjoying herself on this show anymore. And I personally believe that that's when you have to exit. I've said this about Teresa Giudice multiple times. She just wasn't enjoying herself on the show anymore. Kyle, I feel the same way right now. And personally, I feel like that's when you should exit. Kyle does not need the money.
Right, I mean, so what are you doing?
What are you doing? This is a couple of months out of your year every year.
I don't think anybody on that show is having fun except for Jennifer Tully. And I think that shows through on the season. And that's why some people are saying it's like a boring season or whatever. I don't think that's it. I think it's just that you have these women that have all worked with each other for years and years and years. And they're coworkers. And yeah, just like a job, real job, when you go to work, there's some people who are your friends at work. There's some people who become your friends outside of work. And there's some people that you just have to fucking deal with because you're working with them.
Right.
So I think they're all had it with each other. But I think that's from working together.
But the difference is that Erica needs the paycheck. Dorit needs the paycheck.
Yes.
Kyle does not need the paycheck.
No, she doesn't need the paycheck. Yeah.
Bose doesn't need the paycheck.
No. And
Rachel doesn't need the paycheck.
And Kyle was kind of fresh when she did the Dorit imitation and the accent remark. I was like,
absolutely. That's what I mean. I also feel like.
And then she said, oops. And I was just like, oh, girl.
I feel like Kyle has a lot of misdirected anger. She's angry about something.
She is
and
quite
I don't
angry.
think it's I don't think it's Dorit, I'll be honest with you, because there's really no I mean, when she said to her I know it's at the end, but "Stop riding my ass for everything." She wasn't. It's like you're accusing Dorit of doing what
And
you're
what
doing
you're
to
doing.
Dorit.
Right, deflection.
You're doing that to Dorit. Dorit's not going around talking about you, and Dorit has not gone around talking about you, except for showing that text message, because that
Right.
text message was basically Kyle basically asking her to be silent.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
So Rachel was in the car with Dorit going to dinner, and she fills her in on what was said, and Rachel said she doesn't like how Kyle is saying that everyone is saying this. Everyone feels this way. And I agree with Dorit. She's like trying to pin people against Dorit. And honestly, listen, maybe this is what Kyle has chosen to do for her storyline this season, because whether she's with Morgan Wade, whether she's not with Morgan Wade, this way nobody's talking about the chicks Maurizio's hooking up with. I don't know.
Right. Right.
But it's obviously deflection, so nobody's talking about whatever the hell's going on in her life. You can't be on a reality TV show if this is how you're gonna work.
Right. And it's amazing because Kyle admits that Dorit's behavior is not really that big of a deal. But the big deal to her is that Dorit is annoyed with her about everything, but not anyone else. Well, that's because nobody else is starting the conversation but you,
Right.
Kyle.
Like, nobody else is talking about it except
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So
And then they finally get to dinner, and, Sutton says that they're moving her son to school in South Carolina.
now, when she said that, I said to myself, oh, that's why she was crying with Amanda. I don't think she
Good
was
point.
crying because it had anything to do with Amanda. I think that,
You're
you know what I
absolutely
mean?
right.
She was just in her
Absolutely.
feelings. She was just in her
Absolutely.
feelings, and she was feeling bad because it reminded her when, she was ganged up on, and then the whole thing with her son. So I was just like, that's why she's crying.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
you're absolutely right, because we don't know when it's gonna hit us, but boy, when it
Mhm.
does.
Yes.
I could cry at the drop of a dime anymore. I really can.
Please. The problem is that I could cry, and then 5 minutes later, I could smash a hammer on your head.
Right.
Either or, you don't
No
know.
one in particular, just in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get. So, everybody out there, just be real cool with the pre-menopause and
Menopause,
post-menopause
yeah.
women. Be cool
We have to
because
do a whole episode on
my
perimenopause.
god, yes.
We really, really do, because it's real, people. It's real. I was always a soft snorer, as Lori knows, because we've traveled together, but I have started snoring so badly. I've mentioned it before. My husband records me in the middle of the night and then shows me the next morning, because I'm like, "No, I wasn't." Well, my daughter is, dog sitting for a friend, and I went and spent the night one night because, so she wasn't there alone, and I was snoring so loudly, she
You
had to go
snort her
sleep on the
out of the room.
couch.
You snort her out. Mhm. Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great
That
time.
was music to my husband's ears to hear that story.
Yes, he was vindicated.
But
So
I feel
both
like that's part of the perimenopause, because I
Oh,
was never
most
like
definitely.
this.
Yeah, yeah. All kinds of things happen. All kinds of things disintegrate, go sideways,
Muscle
malfunction,
spasm.
glitch. There's lots of glitching. Yeah. But Bose is right. Kyle is trying to garner support for her opinions so that can seem more palatable to Dorit.
Yes.
And that's exactly what Bose
Yes.
said. And I think that
That's
that's
spot on.
definitely the truth.
Spot on. But, like, Kyle bringing up the fact that Rachel said we're on Dorit time, it was a joke. It was a joke, and like Rachel said, she'll say it right to Dorit's face.
Yes.
So, Dorit says, "If you thought I was acting erratic, why didn't you speak to me about it?" And Kyle says, "We were having a good time, and I didn't think it was the right time. But you went and talked about it to other people." I don't see how anyone can think that Kyle is making any sense right now. Like, we're just talking about in the Hamptons, like Dorit was saying, like, in the Hamptons, if you thought I was acting erratic, why didn't you just come to me and talk to me? And, well, we were having a good time, and I didn't think it was the right time.
So when you
But you
got
couldn't wait to
home,
get on the phone with Bose and tell
right,
her.
right. Or when you got home, you didn't make any effort to do it then. You didn't be like, "Hey, you know what? We had a great time in the Hamptons. Let's get together and have a drink." And then say to her, "This is what I saw when we were away. Maybe it's just me being overprotective of you." Like, you gotta word things the right way,
Yep.
you know? But she didn't do that, so I
The
don't know.
way Kyle said, "Quit riding my ass all the time," and the look on her face,
Because she was very,
like,
very angry.
I mean, listen, she's very angry. I mean, and Dorit ate her up in that conversation, ate her up. I mean, maybe she was just mad at that, but she is angry at something, and I don't think it's Dorit. They didn't show any upcoming,
No, I
scenes
noticed
from
that.
next week,
No, I noticed that
right?
they didn't. Yeah, that was odd. I thought that was odd. Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
who knows? But I think the takeaways are, like you said, Kyle's angry. We don't know what. Amanda, I don't know what they want from that poor girl.
I'm
What
starting
they
to
want
feel
from
bad
that
for
poor girl.
Amanda now, and
Right.
I don't wanna feel bad for Amanda.
No.
Listen, I also don't wanna see her business blow up in her face. Like, this woman did what she had to do to become successful, and if some people are getting something out of it,
Then great.
okay,
Right.
great.
Right.
I mean, Wendy called her a snake oil salesman, maybe, but sometimes some people need snake oil.
Listen, Tony Roberts has made a
Robins,
lot of
yeah,
money, a lot of money from snake oil.
right, and he
You
was in
know,
Shallow Hal.
Amanda's not the only one. She's not the only. And there is a lot to be said for it. But if it's not your gig, then it doesn't mean that just because it's not your gig or it's not something that you understand, doesn't mean that it's invalid.
Right, exactly, exactly.
All right. So
Now listen.
listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna manifest huge followers, brand deals. Okay.
Endorsements.
Yes, endorsements. So that we can get little plastic surgery and stuff for ourselves and vacation. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I just want a vacation. I mean, I need my eyes done and,
Well, there you go.
tummy tuck, lift and reduction, but you know what? I'll get to it. I'd just rather go on a vacation at this point because maybe that would help my eyes. One thing that came out today, and I'm not buying it, supposedly Margaret Josephs filed for divorce from Joe Benigno, but I don't believe it. I think that that's probably Louis putting that shit out there, let's face it.
Maybe,
But
maybe. Yeah, I didn't hear
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't think I read anything else today Summer House, I'm not even watching this season, but there's a whole big supposed love trial going on. Kyle Cook and Amanda Batula are getting divorced, and supposedly she was seen with West Wilson, and he used to date Ciara, and it's a whole big thing.
That's that whole text you guys sent me that I didn't even look at.
Exactly.
I didn't even look at it
Exactly.
because I was like,
Cousin Gina and Wendy are watching Summer House. I cannot
"Okay,
stomach Kyle Cook, so I can't watch the show anymore.
I don't know anything about it."
Yeah, don't at this point, unless you're gonna watch from the beginning, don't bother.
I can barely watch what I have to watch.
I know, but listen, Rhode Island's coming out this week. Get excited, people. She's not excited. I'm so excited for Rhode Island.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy.
And that's what friends are for.
Yeah, that's what friends are for. Alright, so like, follow, and
Subscribe, all the things.
manifest for us.
5-star reviews.
Yes, manifest them. Okay, good night.
Bye.
Bye.